Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. I am your host, resident day trader, and your brother in the struggle. The name is Hassan, and I'm here to go over my trades for the day. Man, what's up, guys? I had a great weekend. The week didn't end like I wanted it to end. Had a red end to the week, but I'm usually able to take lessons from my losses and come back ready to make changes, and I always feel optimistic about my next time trading. So I spent the weekend reading. I was doing some coursework, reading about trend lines, relative strength, and I've really been trying to focus on finding the things that are relatively strong to the market. Because if you're not really if you're not trading something that's relatively strong to the market, like, you might as well just trade the SPY, right? But the idea of trading stocks instead of just jumping in an ETF is when you see things that are stronger, right? That are relatively strong. Because I read a stat that 70% of stocks move up with the SPY, right? With the market. So if the market is moving up, not only do you want to find one of the 70% that are moving up with it, you want to find the strong ones that are moving up even stronger, right? When the market is pulling back, it's holding. When the market is going up, it's rocketing, That's what you want to focus on. And that's pretty much what I did this morning. When I came in pre-market, I was looking for relative strength. I was comparing the hourly on the SPY to the hourly on the stocks that I was interested in. And one of the ones that I really liked this morning was AMD. I thought AMD looked relatively strong, had a really nice setup on the daily and the hourly. And it was one of the ones I was really looking to make a move on this morning. And I did actually switch to the 5-minute on my watch screen, trying to slow things down and help myself be more patient. And I think that worked out great in the beginning part of the day. So SPY opened up. It sold off a bit, which is kind of expected when it has a good pre-market and a gap up. But it got bought back up quickly and closed over VWAP. And then it hung out in that top range. On the 2-minute chart, we came down, had a big bottoming tail. Then we made a high over the opening range and a nice 2-candle pullback to VWAP. I love this type of setup. And so I jumped in. I even got slipped up a lot. I wanted to put my order in over 152.95, and by the time I pressed enter, this thing was shooting up. I got filled at 153.17. So it's like a 22 cent slip, 32 cent slip. Man. So my stop was a little tighter. I couldn't quite put it all the way down here and keep my 1R risk. But it didn't matter, man. This thing took off. The best entries don't see any red. The best entries, as soon as you trigger, that thing is gone. And that's what this did, man. And I felt super confident to put on for a 4R target. And it pretty much went straight there. Like, man, this was a home run trade. And after this trade, I had a mind to just shut it down in the live stream and walk away from the computer. But traders gonna trade, man. I really wanted to trade, and I just couldn't sit on my hands. I had some other ones that I really liked this morning. Kava was one that I really was kind of kicking myself for not taking, but I just felt gun shy after jumping in AMD. I just didn't want to ruin it. And I don't know. I just felt a little gun shy. And I really don't like that, man. You got to take the good ones, and this is pretty much the same setup as AMD. Pulled back at the open, traded right back up into the top of the range, made a higher high, nice gentle pullback to VWAP, and then that thing took off. This would have been a nice narrow range entry right here, stop under the low. Man, I could have took 100 shares right here, and it easily went up $2.50 from that entry. Would have been another home run trade. That would have been crazy, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I realized, I'm waiting for, after I missed the ones that I really thought I could catch before they made the move, then I start waiting for things to pull back. Enter MU. So MU made a great move off the open. Well, it pulled back first, but once it got going really nicely. Traded all the way up. The low was 118. It traded all the way up over 121. Really nice move up. And it came back down to VWAP and the top of the opening range. And I kind of felt like that was a cool level to try to enter in. But in reality, the move had been made. The move had been made and it was off of a huge gap up. There's not really a reason to just assume that it's going to keep going. And we got this lower high right here. That's supposed to be a red flag for me. I think because I kind of felt like I was focusing more on the higher time frames that I made it okay to get in. But really, once you see that first lower high, it's got to reconfirm itself, And also, speaking of relative strength, looking at the SPY, let's pull back a little bit on the SPY here. And I'm going to move that over here so we can get a better look at it. But so as the SPY is moving up and consolidating sideways, what is MU doing? It's pulling back, right? The buyers have left, right? So now this stock is relatively weak to the market. There's no way I should have been trying to enter this stock. No way. Like, that's plain as day. All the things that were strong stayed strong, supposed to stay strong. Anytime you're looking for an entry, you got to check and see what it's doing in relation to the market. And today was a big lesson on that for me on MU. It was, it's always clear as day afterwards. AMD was a A+ rockstar trade. Plus 4R, man. You gotta love that. MU waited for a pullback. Clearly weak to the market. Bad trade. Bad trade. You can't do that. You can't do that. As much as you want to take a trade up, look at it, man. Wow, it's so clear to me now. That's crazy how clear it gets when you're done, when you're stepping back, man. That's really why it's important to do these reviews and for me to come back and look over my trades, because this is just, it's not as obvious when you're in the moment, but now it's so obvious. What candle is this? 1008. 1008. Yeah, we started pulling back at 1008, but this is not a long pullback at all. It's very mixed. This was the buyers left, right? We still got buyers here and even made a higher high right here, while MU was just done. Like, it came all the way back down. So that's definitely something to note. Just really, you got to focus on relative strength to the market, especially for me as a long trader. I really need that. That's what I'm hunting for more than anything, is relative strength to the market. I really think that's going to help me a lot if I can focus on that, And then once the move has been made, like, that's got to be a wrap. I mean, it didn't make a huge range on the daily, but MU hasn't really been making any wild moves, Like, that's, if it didn't move that, that's okay, That's pretty much the move. So, yeah, there was really no reason for me to expect it to move that up with this much conviction, to take 4 trades on it. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Oh my God. 97. Like, I literally threw my whole AMD winnings into MU. Crazy, man. And then ZOM. Let's see what happened with ZOM. Okay. Kind of the same situation with the move already having been made, but I did like this level right here, of it getting back to the top right here and seeming to hold. But let's see, what was the market doing when this happened? You know what? Actually, I got a cool feature right here called overlay. Let's do that. Wow. I might need to keep that up on the chart. That's cool. That's cool. So, man, that's really interesting. It really got strong though, right here. It really got strong right there. Um, man, now this was a showing of relative strength. It actually was pretty strong to the SPY. Once it broke out over here, um, hmm, let me check that out. This is really interesting. This looks really a lot more exaggerated, but I guess it's not. Yep. So, what time was this candle? 10:40. Okay, so it made highs. Same time the SPY made highs. And then it started pulling back with the SPY. Yeah, so, and this is past my trading window here. So, yeah, there's no reason to take this trade in here. Here is a good spot. Like, it was moving pretty strong right in here. Had I caught it in here, that would have been cool. Man, this overlay is interesting. I might have to work with that a little bit. I like that. I might keep that. I might keep that. Oops. Yeah, so that's kind of a revelation that I had over the weekend, and it actually, a lot of it comes from the coursework I read. I don't want to promote the coursework just yet. It is paid coursework, but I'm on a trial. But really been just trying to educate myself, a little more formally. Most of my knowledge is YouTube videos and experience, just getting in here and trading and learning from my own mistakes. But I spent some time just kind of learning about relative strength. I think that is the biggest thing that's going to change the game for me, is just focusing on things that are relatively strong, especially because I'm a long trader. All I trade is longs. And when the market moves up and I'm in a position that is relatively strong, like those two things line up, we're looking at a winner. You know what I mean? But so yeah, I don't know. This doesn't seem like such a bad position now, seeing how it was moving relative to the SPY at this point. But the move has already been made, and this is after my cutoff. Literally, my alarm goes off at 11 and says, don't take any more trades. And here I get in at the 11:02 candle. So that's my fault right there. My rules would have saved me from this trade. And, oh, man, I don't even talk about this one. This one's below the opening range, way below the opening range. I already made a really big move. This was like hopium. Somebody mentioned to me that oil was doing really well, but the volume on this stock should have kept me out. Relative strength, I mean, you got to have volume. I want relative volume pretty much goes with the idea of relative strength for me. I want to be where the big money's at, where the market is, where the money's moving the market. You know what I mean? So, yeah, these last two trades, what time was this? This was well after my 11 o'clock alarm. So, at worst, I should have had a plus $3 green day today. I just got really reckless after my first trade on MU. I jumped right back in. I wanted my money back. And then, oh, man. Well, I guess it's about time to, okay. Yeah, I just, it's like a real slippery slope for me, man. Once that first mistake is made, I just go tumbling down, and unless I get a win that saves my mindset, it just gets bad. A rule I'm thinking of implementing for tomorrow though is 2 trades, right? If after 2 trades I got 2 greens, then I got permission to take 1 more trade. If I take 1 green trade and 1 red trade, that's it. You know what I mean? If it's 2 red trades, for sure that's it. But I think I'm going to play it like that. Because typically my red trades are me not being in the right mental, right? Me not being in the zone. Like, rarely do I come back after a red trade and see, oh yeah, the setup just didn't work out. No, I'm always seeing, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that was a clear red flag, but you did it anyway. So once I get that second red trade, man, really the first red trade, I could call it quits, but I'm not going to get any experience trading like that. But I think tomorrow it's going to be 2 trades. If both red, if one or both are red, shut it down. If both green, plus 1 more trade. If that one's green, the problem is the setups typically happen around the same time. So I would basically be in one position when I find the other position. Like, one would not have gotten to target. So if I'm in 2 positions and I see a third one, the other 2 have probably not gone to target yet. That's kind of when I get in trouble. So I guess part of this means I can only have 2 trades at the same time. But then it's like, if I see the third one, it's going to be hard to stay out of it. But, interesting. Yeah, I gotta do some things. I definitely have to develop something to keep me from giving my entire day back. Especially when I'm up 4R. To go from 4R to negative 2R, that's bananas. It means I lost 6R. I lost 6R today. Dang, that's crazy. That can't happen. That cannot happen. If it wasn't for AMD, man, I'd be down $150. Can't happen. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, definitely got some changes to make still. But my approach this morning, I think, was really good. And I think if I maintain that kind of approach, I'll give myself a better opportunity to trade only the stocks that are in play. And can't be taking trades after the cutoff time, and can't be taking trades that have already moved, a really good move. I'm not trying to take a pullback on something that's parabolic, because I would assume that the move is done. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to blabber along too long. If you guys hung out this long, man, appreciate you guys being a part of the journey. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't. And if you guys want to kind of chat, I opened a Discord. Somebody asked me if I had a Discord on the live stream today. I was like, no, I don't. So I opened a Discord. I'm not selling anything. I'm still learning myself. So I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to teach you anything. It's pretty much just for sharing ideas and, hanging out with other traders. So if you guys want to drop in the Discord, I'll have the link in the description. Other than that, though, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the live stream. Y'all have a good day, man. Peace.